Guys, after I would say probably a year and a half of searching for another one of these fish, I finally found another one. I finally got another one of these fish, and if you've been watching my channel pretty consistently over the past few months, you know that there is this one fish in particular that I've been talking about, that I've been wanting to get, over and over and over again, wanting to get another one because I'd gotten one 2 years ago. I had him outside, I had him for about a year, and I got him up to a pretty darn good, decent size. It was during the winter, and it got really cold one night, and the electricity went out, and it was out long enough to where the water got too cold, and it killed him, and it killed a couple other fish as well. So, I finally got another one of these fish. I was trying to get one in the springtime this past year, so that way we could raise them up outside in the exotic pond. That never happened. I just could never find one. Could not find one. Nobody had them, and finally, so last week my boss, he searches for them every single week, looks for them on the list, but they never have them. Well, they popped up on the list last week. He ordered them. They didn't come in, so he tried again this week. They were back on the list again, and 3 of them came into the store today, and oh my gosh, guys, I was so excited to finally see another one of these fish. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the marble achara catfish. Oh my goodness. Such a dang cool fish. A fish that I just cannot believe that I have right here in my hand, because guys, I've literally searched everywhere for this fish this past year, and I've finally got another one. Man, this is crazy. I'd say he's probably 2.5, pushing 3 inches. Looks really, really good. All 3 of them did. They were all about the same size, so I really just kind of picked one. And man, guys, I cannot believe I finally got another one of these dang fish. It's just crazy. You don't see a lot of hype around these guys as much as you do like the red tails and the tiger shovel noses, and that leads me into my next thing. If I would have known that I was going to be getting one of these fish a few weeks later after I had gotten that red tail, I would have never gotten the red tail. So I'm thinking what I'm probably going to do is actually take the red tail back to the store in place of the marble achara catfish. Everybody's got red tails. I really don't want to deal with a catfish that gets that big. These marble acharas, they can get up excess of 2-3 feet, whatever, but they don't get as big as the red tails do, and they really, in my opinion, don't grow as fast. So I'd rather have just a marble achara instead of having both of them, one of those and a red tail. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the red tail, take him back to the store. I know some of you probably ain't going to be too happy about that, but we've got a really, really cool exotic catfish, which not a lot of people have. Now, I was seriously debating, and I'm really still debating right now on which tank I want to put him into. I think he would be okay in the 55-gallon with the African cichlids, which is where the red tail is at right now. You can see him right up there. And he's done great in here. The Synodontis have not bothered him, and neither have any of the cichlids. And in all honesty, he would probably be okay in here, but he is just a tad bit smaller than the red tail, and I would prefer to get about 1 inch or 2 on him and then move him in here. And then from there, we'll get him up, upwards of 6, 7, 8 inches or so to where he would pretty well outgrow this tank. And then in the springtime, early summer, whenever he got big enough, we'd then move him outside into the exotic pond, which, of course, like I said, was my plan to do with this red tail, but now I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this red tail because I don't want 2 really, really big exotic catfish. I just don't have the space for that, and I really don't want to deal with that anyway. So I think what I'm going to do, for the time being, I'm going to put him over here in this tank with the 2 crebensis. I know it might not be the best idea, especially since I was trying to breed these 2. But that can wait. In all honesty, it wasn't a top priority of mine to breed these guys. I just put them over here to see if they really wanted to, and if they didn't, that was okay. So I think we're going to put him in here. He's got his own little cave right up in there, so it's perfectly fine. He'll do okay. It is sort of a small tank for him, but like I said, I'm only going to keep him in here until he gets another 1 inch, 2 inches or so on him, until I would really be 100% comfortable moving him over here into the 55-gallon, which, like I said, he would probably be okay right now to put in there. But we're going to play it safe. I was actually debating on putting him into this tank right here, the guppy/inler tank, and then I remembered, oh, we have shrimp in here, and that I would definitely be concerned about. And then down here with all the plants, there's just not a really good spot for him in here. So I didn't think this would be a good tank either. And obviously, the bow front tank, we all remember what happened when I put the red tail in here. Everything was fine. And then this guy right here, doing exactly what he's doing right now, would not leave the red tail alone and just kept on pestering him, trying to, you know, eat the slime coat off of him. So I had to move him out of this tank and into the 55 gallon. So I'm just going to set him on into there. I'm not worried about the group in, just messing with them. They'll be real curious of him, I'm sure. But oh my goodness, guys, this is unfreaking real. We have finally gotten another one of these catfish. And oh, by the way, I did finally move the 2 algae eaters out of the 10 gallon in my room into this tank. There's the golden Chinese algae eater right there, and then we also have a flying fox in here somewhere. See if we can find him. Maybe not right now, but I promise you that he is in here. And here is that 10 gallon right here. We have the longfin leopard danios in here. Those guys look great. I might get a few more of these. And then of course we have the pea puffer, and oh, look at here. I've gotten him another buddy. So I got this pea puffer from a customer that actually comes into the store. He's actually also a viewer of the channel, and he has given me a couple of his stir-by cories a couple months ago, which I still have right now. Actually, it was more than a couple months ago. If I can get a focus on this guy, this one's about the same size as the one that was already in here. He's just kind of skinny, which I think we can fatten him up on some bloodworms. But he's only been in the tank for about 2 days now, but they have gotten along really, really good. And yeah, I'm just glad we actually have more than one pea puffer in here now. I might add one more, I don't know. But I definitely think I am going to add a few more of these danios, because I just think it would, you know, look a little bit better. And I don't know if you guys remember these Hikari carnivore sticks that I showed you guys several months ago now. I ran out of them, but they were a really, really good food, so I went ahead and got some more. And Chungus, my flower horn, absolutely loves these things. I've got his light off right now, but he loved these things, and I noticed when I was feeding these to him consistently, that's when he went through a pretty darn big growth spurt. Right now I've just been feeding him the Hikari pellets and a couple other things, but as you can see, he's ready to eat, so we're going to feed him a few of these. These things just have a lot more protein in them than a lot of other pellets do, and it really seems to fill him up a lot better, and my gosh, he absolutely loves them. He's trying to get as much bang for his buck. They're getting a big wad of them, but yeah, he loves them, and then the Jack Dempsey loves them, and a couple other fish. I kind of break them up for, you know, some of the smaller fish, but yeah, he loves them, and they definitely bring out his colors and really help with the growth as well. They just, like I said, have a lot more protein in them than it seems like a lot of the other Hikari and other foods do, but they're definitely a really, really good all-around food for any bigger predatory fish like flower horns or any other big cichlids or Oscars, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, he definitely can eat a good amount of them, no doubt about that. And we can't forget about this guy, the new plaquette beta that I showed you guys in the last video. And remember how his, what would it be, his left eye is, it was kind of cloudy. Kind of had like a weird film over it, and now look at it. It has started to clear up a whole lot more. Remember, I told you guys that it had cleared up some from when I had first gotten him, because it was real bad the first night that he came in, and then after a couple of days of sitting in the tank and eating, it had cleared up some, and then now it has cleared up even more, and it's almost, I wouldn't say it's, you know, crystal clear like the other eye, but I would definitely say that he can somewhat see out of it. I don't know where he went. There he is right back there. But he's definitely looking really, really good. His tank's got a bunch of brown algae. Got to get that off. But yeah, see that eye right there? It's looking a lot better than it was just a few days ago. And man, this guy looks so nice in this tank. He eats really, really good as well. Figured I'd feed the peacocks and the Jack Dempseys and Frontosas for you guys really quickly. The red tail, he'll come out here in a second. And the Synodontis. Oh, there he is right there, coming out. He's gotten really comfortable with coming out and eating with the light on, actually. You know, with the Synodontis and all them. Let's see if we can find him. There he is right there. Definitely has started to eat really, really good here in the last few days. And honestly, I hate to get rid of this guy. I really do. I just don't want to deal with 2 really big catfish, because, I mean, y'all know, these fish get huge and massive. And the marble cars just don't get quite as big, and they don't grow as fast either. So I can deal with that a lot easier than I can the red tail. And let's be honest, everybody and their mother has got a dang red-tailed catfish, anybody that has a big exotic tank. So I just want to have something different, you know, from everybody else, and I'm really just a big fan of the marble achara catfish, so that's why I wanted to have another one. And now that we've got one, I really don't want two big exotic catfish, but it was definitely fun having this guy, you know, for the past few weeks or so. But I think I'm gonna be getting rid of this guy sometime tomorrow. But definitely was fun having him in this tank, no doubt about that. Really cool fish, just get a little bit too big for me. So with that being said, I think it's time that we can get this guy out of the bag and into the tank. Alright, here he is right here. Such a beautiful fish. And there he goes into the tank. Look at that sucker back there. Man, that is a cool looking fish. Such a cool catfish. And watch, there will be people that'll hate on me just for putting, you know, this catfish in a 10-gallon. It is what it is. But if you would like to, you could go back and look at the video of when I first got the original marble achara catfish, and oh, look what size tank I put him in. You might be a little surprised. Yep, it was another 10-gallon, and actually he was in there a lot longer than I intend on keeping this guy in this tank right here, and that one did just fine. There's the female crebensis back there checking him out, or she was. But I think this guy's going to do just fine in here. We'll probably start him out on, you know, some bloodworms, maybe some really small sinking pellets, and just kind of work his way up from there. And once he gets to, you know, another 1.5 to 2 inches, gets a little meat on him, you know, I think I'll feel pretty comfortable about putting him over there into the 55. These guys are eventually going to leave him alone. I'm pretty confident about that. They're really just trying to figure out, you know, exactly what he is, because they've been the only two fish in here for the past, you know, few weeks, and they've gotten pretty used to it like that. So I think this guy's going to do just fine here. I really do. He's kind of freaking out right up there right now, but he'll eventually settle down in here. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut the lights off for him. That'll kind of help him out. And yeah, we'll get this guy hopefully starting to eat in the next couple of days. So let me know your guys' thoughts on me getting rid of the red tail and getting the new marble achara. And like I said, if you've been watching any of the videos over the past couple of months or the past year or so, you know that that is a fish I've been trying to get for a long time now, that marble achara catfish. So I'm glad that we finally got one. Definitely going to keep a very close eye on him in that tank. And like I said, once he gets a little bit bigger, we're going to move him out of there into the 55, and then eventually move him outside into the pond. That's the plan for now. It may change. Things a lot of times change with aquariums and fish. You can't predict this stuff. You really can't. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys did, please be sure to give it a like down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I think that's pretty much it for now. So that being said, I'll catch you guys in next Sunday's video. Peace.